Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tanya and I'm so glad that you stopped by. If you've not watched one of my videos before, this channel is about thrifting and going to antique stores and estate sales and then coming home and trying to work it into your home. So if that's what you like, stick around. Now, friends, I have been doing a little bit of antiquing and thrifting on the side. I've been cheating on y'all and not really showing everything. It's a lot of it I have styled and I want to show you in my spring home tour so you can see how I'm actually using the things. But some things I just went today. Greg was off, so we went to Clarksville, Tennessee, 41 Warehouse Vintage Market in Clarksville, Tennessee. It is a two-story warehouse converted into like a store, and it's not as big as Springfield Barn, but it is still pretty big. And then they have another store called Beyond Vintage that's just a little ways down the road, so we went there. And we found some great deals. And I also have a couple of Facebook Marketplace finds that I'm going to show you as well. So let's just dive right in. Okay, so this is Greg's second wooden mallet that he keeps putting in with my mashers. And he's kind of making a joke about it, saying, well, you could mash stuff, but I keep taking it out. But I know a lot of you like prices, but again, like I've said, a lot of times I don't really know I don't pay attention to what Greg, if he picks something up, how much it costs. So I'm not sure. But anyway, he got another wooden mallet. Now I got these. There are 3 little creamers and you had to buy all 3 of them. It was 3 for $10. So they are the restaurant ware with the green stripe. And y'all, someday I'm going to do something about this lighting in here. I've got to get another ring light. I don't think about it unless I'm doing a video. And I know that's not fair to y'all, but here's the third one. It's a little different. But 3 for $10. I thought that was a great deal. And so right along that alley, y'all, I found a chunky little stack of butter pats. It is the restaurant ware. It's the Jackson vitrified china. Now we learned from a video on YouTube. I can't think of her name. I will try to think of it and write it down for the next time. But she did a video on identifying ironstone, and vitrified china is ironstone. It's American ironstone. Now this is the restaurant ware butter pats, and look, they match the creamers. And I also have like a tiny small oval platter or plate plus a little creamer that goes with this. Now I want 4 coffee cups, and I had found some. Look at that, isn't that pretty? I had found some a few months ago, probably like 3 months ago, 2 or 3 months ago at City Thrift, just sitting there, 99 cents a piece. And I just was kind of like, I don't need those. I really don't need to start collecting this. Haven't seen them since. So that is on my bucket list. Now I also found these, there's not a date on them. It just says that the pharmacy that they came from was established in 1837. It's Perry's Drugstore, but it is by the Rexall brand. J.M. Perry property, Russellville, I don't know, maybe Russellville, Kentucky. Yeah, this one, Kentucky. Russellville, Kentucky. But anyway, it's 2 little medicine bottles. Because we got 2 elixir bottles a couple months ago at Four Sisters Antiques. And so I don't know why we're collecting, old medicine bottles now, but for whatever reason we are. Now, y'all, I went to an estate sale this summer, the one that I've talked about where there was like tons of Coke product stuff, and so the house was so small and you couldn't stir people with a stick. I went after an American Ace coffee can. Did not get it, but just sitting there. Now this was $10. Oh, these little medicine bottles were $6 a piece. This was just sitting there, was $10. It's missing the lid, but I got an American Ace tea can. Y'all, I don't care that it's missing the lid. I might put a little bit of greenery in it, but I wanted this for the 4th of July. Look, there's a glare. I'm so excited to have that. And there's the palette. Y'all, this made my day. If I hadn't found anything else, that would have been perfect. And then I found for $5, I've been wanting one of these, a metal Scotch tape holder. So there's that Christmas plaid. You know, I'm going to save that, put it up for Christmas. Now, I am forever telling y'all not to buy your books at antique stores, but I found 3 for $5 a piece. Now, this is Black Rock. I've never heard of the book. I don't know, but it is green, which is the colors that I'm doing for spring. And the copy date was 1905. So, but for $5, I'll pay $5 for an antique book. So do check on your stores. Let me retract a little bit what I said. Just don't pay some crazy amount for them, y'all. This one is Call of the Wild. And Greg said he remembers reading this book when he was a little boy, but not this one. And I couldn't find a copyright on it. Let me look again and see if I can find a copyright date on this one. Now, those pages, I guess, are missing out of the book. But then I found this one. Now, this one is The Winning Barbara Worth. The winning of Barbara Worth. Okay, so I'm going to show you the cover. There's the cover. It's a pretty green book, and the vendor wrote on here, copyright's 1911. So this book came out of a psychiatric ward. So I think that's kind of cool. And again, these were $5 a piece. And do I ever go somewhere without buying a doily? And I thought that cute little pink doily, it was like $2. So that will be going out in the living room somewhere for spring. And then this little cabinet card. I love this little girl's curls. I remember, let's see if I can get that a glare, my hair getting fixed similar to that when I was little. This one was $2. And y'all, I love this. There's a story behind this. Now, what kind of dog is that? I'm going to take it out of this plastic so you can, the plastic's making the glare even worse. See, I don't know if that's a beagle. I'm not sure what kind of dog that is, but it was $2. I was at an antique store in Murfreesboro, and they had an old photograph of some dog. I don't remember what kind of dog it was. It was a large dog, and it was $89 for like a little wallet. So there was a story. It had been dug up out behind like some slave quarters here and around Middle Tennessee. So I'm not saying that that is not worth $89 to somebody. It wasn't worth $89 to me. And I've always been looking for dog pictures. So for $2, I grabbed that cutie up. And then y'all know that I am in education. So I did get this 5x7 of some type of class. You know, it could be a Sunday school class. It could be, it's probably, honestly, y'all, I bet that's like a whole school, you know, just because look at all the different ages. But that was really cool. I was excited to find that. This was a booth that was nothing but ephemera. He had like big, like 2-inch binders just full, and they were all categorized. He had like antique postcards, sports things, sales ads, cabinet cards. That's all the booth was. And it was overwhelming because there was so much, you know, like I could have stayed all day in this one booth. So I do plan on going back. It's our second time there, and we do like it. And I would like to go and just focus on his booth and just sit and flip through. And I imagine he did have 2 Christmas ones, and I looked through one of them, and there wasn't anything like that I just had to have. And I didn't get to look through the other one. I could have, but Clarksville is a little over an hour from here. We got a late start, and of course we hit rush hour traffic coming back into Nashville. So that's something that I definitely want to try to do on my next trip up there. Now we got this, and the funny thing was I had seen this for sale on somebody's Instagram shop. You know how people do, I can't think of any of their names, of course, but there are people who do live sales, like live vintage sales on Instagram. And I saw this, and I'm the worst at catching those live sales. And when I do catch them, y'all, they usually take a little too long for me. And I lose, like I can't pay attention long enough to sit and wait. And they talk about every piece, and they talk amongst themselves. And so I don't do really well with those. But this is not old. It could be vintage. I don't even think that it's vintage at all. It says it's made in Portugal, so I'm thinking that this was probably like a what's the name of it, Home Goods, TJ Maxx or something, but it still fits my spring theme. So I got this little tray, and it has the cutest little bunnies, and it's that beautiful shade of green. So I grabbed that. See, I don't just buy vintage stuff. For the most part, I do, though. Now, Greg found this for me, and this was $24, which was a great price for this particular bowl. These bowls, the white and the green of these old pottery bowls are so hard to find. It is cracked all the way through, but I'm not storing food in it or cooking in it or anything. But I got this large. It doesn't say what it is on the bottom, but I'm thinking it might be a 10-inch. This beautiful old pottery. See, there's part of the crack. I don't even know that I saw that. But they glued it back together really good. Anyway, it's got all that crazing in it. Trying to get the light, and there's the, I don't know, I've looked up that, is that picket fence pattern? I'm not sure. I've looked it up and I don't remember. I have one that Greg got me for Christmas, and it doesn't have any cracks or anything in it. And I can't, we don't know, it may be a little smaller than this one. I'm kind of hoping it is, but for $24, as old as these things are, I'm okay with a little crack. Like crack, and Greg doesn't really like cracks, but they don't bother me. Now, I have been wanting an old egg basket, thanks to Kayla and her Aunt Penny on Little Cahaba Junkin. But old egg baskets are expensive. And I found this one for, I think it was $20. It's the cheapest I've ever seen one. It's Greg's favorite color. Now, I don't know what in the world I'm going to do with this. I might put it, I can't even put it in this, I might put it in the living room in here. I don't know. I don't know where I would put it, but it might be cute on the front porch, with maybe like a plant in it, maybe. If I could find, I'm not going to put it in here. I can't put it in my kitchen. I don't have room, but it'll look really cute on the porch with a plant. So that's the plan. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, so we found this very heavy ironstone pitcher, because, I don't have any of those. Now, it doesn't have, the stamp is embedded in the pitcher. I do think that it's American made. The part of the stamp is embedded, and then another part is embedded, but it's filled in with black ink. And I think it's QMC 1924. So I do think this is from 1924. I don't know, which would make it 100 years old. So definitely antique. But I liked the little scalloped top up there. And it is so, it's probably one of my heavier pieces. And that was, I think that was $20 or $24. It wasn't over that though, I don't think. Okay, and Greg was looking for crates today, so he found two. There's no marking. Oh, it is. This is a DuPont. Let's see. Small arms ammunition box. But this is a really old box. And then he found this one that was peaches, an old peach crate. And there's the bottom. Here's the California packing. Something, I can't read it, peaches. There's that. You probably can't read it. I can barely read it. So what he's collecting crates because for a while we've been talking to y'all about the laundry room makeover that we're wanting to do. And one of our ideas is we saw this in, if you watch the old so-and-so, she has some of this in her bedroom and maybe her laundry room too. I'm not sure, but where she used crates and like, you know, got them into a stud. That's going to be our thing. If we can make sure we get them in a stud, and hung them up, and then, you know, made vignettes in them. So we thought in our laundry room, that would be really cute to do. And we've been collecting things for that project that I've not showed. So the reveal of that whole room is going to be, you know, pretty cool. I hope that you like it. We haven't even started. So I'm not really sure when that will get out. Hopefully on one of Greg's vacations, we will tackle that. Now, the find of the day is too heavy for me to pick up, so I'm going to insert a picture. Y'all, that's a number 8 Crock. It was $35. Now, there is a crack that goes pretty much all the way down the side, and it does go through. I'm not storing food in it. Greg is going to secure it and add some glue into it. It just doesn't look like they glued it back, but it's not moving either. But so I just saw a number 8 Crock on Facebook Marketplace for $150. If you are in the market for Crocks, you know that those things can get so expensive. So like my number 3 Crock, I paid $37 for. So to get this number 8 for $35, I don't care if it has a crack down the side. Like I said, I'm not storing sugar or flour, anything like that in it. It is just, you know, for decor. I'm going to have rolling pins or something. I don't know what I'm going to do in it. But I will take that any day. If I ever find a number 8 that is about the same price, I will replace it and sell this one. But, you know, just to make Greg happy. But y'all, I could not believe. And the fact that we had a conversation and I was like, Greg, I don't care if it has a crack. It's $35, we're getting it. I am still on the hunt for a number 4. I have a 1, 2, 3, and now an 8, but I really want a number 4 because there's 4 of us, and I like to do things in 4s. So hopefully I will run across a number 4. So now I have a couple of Facebook Marketplace finds that I'm going to show you. Okay, y'all, this was kind of an accident. I didn't really mean to buy this, and when I say I didn't mean to buy this, there's this girl, she lives out in California, and she's always selling some of the most amazing things at very affordable prices. And she had the 4 mashers that I showed y'all in my last haul. So I messaged her. She had them listed individual. So I messaged her and I was like, hey, can we group these? Not to change the price, but just so that I can get, you know, they were mashers. They could have all gone in the same box and I could have paid just one shipping. And she was like, sure, absolutely. And she did take a little bit off. They were $10 a piece and she charged me $8 a piece. But she thought that for whatever reason, I'm not sure how it looked on her end, but she thought that I wanted this as well. And while I did want it, she was asking, you know, more than I wanted to pay for it. And so she bundled it all together. And then Facebook did what they call what did she tell me it was called? A ghost listing. She couldn't do anything on her end, and I couldn't buy it. It froze the listing for like 24 hours. And so I felt bad because, I mean, granted, either way, even if I had said, hey, will you unbundle that? It probably would have froze everything up again. And her stuff sells. I mean, if you don't see her stuff when she posted, it's pretty much gone. So she would have, I was just tying up her money. I felt bad. So I went ahead and I bought the bundle with this in it. Now, having said that, Greg was very excited. He was not upset at all that we now have 2 of these. But anyway, y'all, I got another original campfire marshmallow tin. So that's exciting. I use the one that I have at Christmas, but I'm also going to pull them out. Well, my plan was to pull them out on the 4th of July, but Greg does not want me to put them up. He wants me to, when I take down spring, to find a home to put both of the tins up. And there's a couple more marshmallow, different brand tins that he wants to try to collect. So I've had that. And then I finally found last weekend, and I've not showed you anything from the last weekend. We went to Bright's in Franklin, Kentucky, and we ran on the way home. We ran into the Tennessee Flea, which is in Cross Plains, Tennessee. But we had started back in the summer trying to collect the butter print Pyrex collection. And we'd only had 2 of the bowls. We had the 2 largest bowls. But at the Tennessee Flea, we found the very small bowl. And I think this is number 401. If you're a Pyrex collector, you probably already know that. Is it on here? It says 441. So 441, there's not anything wrong with this. It looks like it just got unboxed. And then we were lucky enough within the same week to find 442. So our collection of the butter print is now complete. I had wanted to use this during the winter, just because, I thought ice, blue, I don't know. But it definitely kind of matches the teal wall and our teal island. So I don't really know when. Maybe I'll pull this out in April, or so. It would be pretty in April. Okay, and then the last thing that I have to show you is I ran to Pickers the other day. Pickers off Lowry Street in Smyrna. I don't go there very often. They mainly specialize in furniture. Well, I don't know about specialize, but that's kind of what they get. For the most part, they buy out estate sales. They have great furniture. If you're in the market and you're in this area and you want the solid, heavy wood furniture, which is very difficult to find these days unless you pay up in the thousands, at some of the more nicer furniture stores. You're just not going to find that. And so but you can there. They always have some, they have some antique stuff. They have lots of vintage stuff as far as furniture goes. But they also, buy up, I think I don't know. The guy's told me how he does it, but he has to kind of like buy the house. And so everything that's in the house. And so he'll get like trinkets and, lamps and houseware stuff. But for the most part, he doesn't really get things that I am interested in. I've gotten some ironstone there. Probably my 2 favorite pieces of ironstone there. And I know Greg has gotten some milk glass, but in the past year, we've probably been successful there 3 or 4 times. But I went in the other day and they had this, and it was $10, but this beautiful covered vegetable dish. Now, here's the bottom. I have one by this same maker. It's semi-porcelain, which we learned from that same YouTube video that semi-porcelain is, can be ironstone. And it's like initials. I don't know. It's Lafayette. I don't know where it's from. But anyway, I don't care. I think it's really pretty. It's not aged any, and it has a little bit of crazing. It is a little aged on the bottom. But for $10, y'all, I was not going to leave this there. It's similar to a round one that I have. So I've been trying for the past few days to try to figure out where I can work this in. And it just hasn't hasn't found a home yet. So hopefully this little cover dish will get a home soon. Okay, so I know that I say a lot and sometimes things just don't always happen, but my house is done for spring. My house is a hot mess and it is not straight. So, and I've had all weekend, but you know what kind of haul I should have done, y'all? I should have done a Sam's haul, because I went to Sam's the other day and I wasted so much treasure money that it made me sick. And it took me like, I've got, the refrigerated stuff put away that night, but then I had to, the next day, like I had to spend part of Sunday putting, finding a home for all the stuff. I kind of stocked us up on things. But anyway, with that being said, that would be a real haul. I'm going to try, it's probably not going to happen tonight. It's done got late. It's like 6:30. I want to edit this so that you guys can see it tomorrow, Monday. But I'm close to showing the tour. Now, let me ask you this. I usually break up the living room and dining room and do that as a video. And then I will do like the kitchen and living room. Do y'all want to just see it in one whole video and be done with it? Or do you like the way I break them up? And this is not going to be, I can already tell you, it's not going to be just set to music, because I'll play music, but it's also going to be like a haul. I have lots of cool pieces that I've been keeping secret from you all because I wanted to show you in my spring home tour. And so 3 main beautiful pieces that I've been just dying to share with y'all. So I'm definitely going to talk about those and some of the other little pieces, but you guys let me know how would you like to see that video? All right, y'all, I've got to find all of this a home. And so I need to make sure that everybody's eating dinner, but you guys have a great rest of your week. And until I see you again, happy thrifting.